Alright, here we are back with a Week 7 predictions video. We are joined by the Saints user G Money. What's up, bro?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Glad to have you here. First predictions video we've had you on. That's awesome. Always looking to get as many people in for these videos as we can. Looking forward to having you for future videos as well. Great job to everyone in the league getting their games done. We've advanced early every single week so far this season, which is just awesome for being in Season 6 and in April. Um, we're all doing a great job to keep this league maintained and running strong, just like Dean would have wanted it to be. Uh, if you suspect that someone's breaking rules or have violations or something like that, make sure that you are telling a commissioner. That's me or Dwayne or Saban, who's the Jets user, CJ and Adrian. That's the Seahawks and Ravens users. With proof preferable if you have stream proof. Make sure you're streaming the games that are supposed to be streamed. Divisional games should always be streamed. And then the games of the week. If for some reason the internet's bad enough that you can't stream, that's okay. Just let somebody know. That's all you got to do. Nobody's going to make you stream if your internet's shit. That being said, we're going to get into this predictions video. We'll start off with the weekly awards. We'll let the NFC side go first. So go ahead, G Money.
All right, well, the offensive player of the week, you had Jay Dobbins, position running back. He had 22 carries for 237 yards and 3 touchdowns.
It's a really
And
good
on your
game.
defense, on your defensive side, you have D Hunter, which is a left end. He had 5 tackles, 5 sacks, and a fumble recovery. Good stats also.
I think Dobbins has been player of the week 3 out of the last 4 weeks. So Noop is running the ball really well with him. He's gotten, I think, 4 200-yard games already this season. And Noop's on a warpath this year.
Are they
Um,
undefeated or no?
they have one loss. It was a fair sim to you actually.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. So you actually do have the tiebreaker over them because of that fair sim. I think it was like week 2 or something like that. Scheduling issues. But anyway, the AFC side, just as good as Dobbins, if not better. Austin Eckler, 27 carries, 232 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, 5 catches, and 33 yards. He's a multi-purpose weapon. Every year, he's really good. That's what the Chargers user does well. He runs with Austin Eckler, perennial MVP candidate. I don't have actually no idea who this guy is for the Titans, but this Carradine, his strong safety, had 3 picks and a touchdown with 3 tackles. So he was all over the field making plays.
Yeah,
Really good job
definitely.
there. Last thing the Titans needs is another great defensive player. So great job to everybody getting the player of the week. Now let's go into the schedule. You have actually played your game so far. You housed the Raiders 45-7. Um, Good first half for you. You were leading 31-7. Only 1 turnover. That's exactly what you need to do. Really balanced attack. Over 100 rushing and over 200 passing. 14 first downs. You killed him in the passing side. He had -3 passing yards. Only 4 first downs with 3 turnovers. So that's a really good. C Money, C Money versus G Money. Actually,
Yeah,
that's what the game was.
yeah.
He's usually a pretty good user. The last few Maddens, he's always been in the playoffs and things like that. But he's been having a real rough year this year. He almost made the playoffs last season. He's trying to get everything on track, but this year it looks like it's not happening. Um, Russell Wilson held to a 2.7 quarterback rating on 3 of 9 passing with 2 picks, 5 sacks. That defense just swarmed him. Uh,
It was the battle of the monies.
a battle of the money. Sam Darnold, great game for him. You're usually like a running team, but Darnold went for 203 scores pretty efficiently as well, 17 of 20. So it's a really good game there. Rushing side, Dalvin Cook doing what he does. He went over 100 yards again. You run the ball very, very well. Um, you know, I think that if you can incorporate more of a balanced attack like this every week, that you have a real shot to make some noise and get to the Super Bowl. Um,
Yeah, I'm
nice.
hoping so.
Yeah, you have to go through the Bears to get there, and we ain't gonna be no easy ones. But
Right, already.
we're having a rough year. We're like 3-3 right now. So we gotta get on track as well. You held his run game in check. C Money usually runs the ball very well, but neither one of his backs went over 60 yards. So very good game there. Receiving, Emmanuel Hall, 62 yards and touchdown. Defensive side, Damani Richardson, his Anderson had 8 tackles, led the way. Let's see the sacks here. He did get 5 of them. Miles Murphy, the rookie, leading the team with 2 sacks, and then one by 3 different linebackers. So really good game there.
And a punt return too. You can add that to there.
I don't usually check. They get a punt return for a touchdown. Wow, a 71
Yeah.
yard. That's really good, man. You look like you played a real all-around tough game,
Yeah.
especially on the defensive side, and that's what you're going to need to do. So much so that the Raiders is already changing his quarterback. He's agreed to send Russell Wilson to the Rams after this game against you. He's done with him, I guess. As well as
I didn't even know that was Russell Wilson.
yeah, as well
He
as
wasn't playing like it.
yeah, he's not. CJ always used Russ really well, but this season he went to the Raiders in the offseason. Not so great of a year. His running back Donnelly and quarterback Russell Wilson are both be out the door after this week with different trades. He's sending Donnelly to the Jets actually, which is the last thing anybody in this league needs. But nonetheless, it looks like it's going to happen. Let's get into these games. We'll start at the top. We got the Broncos at the Bengals. One second, I'm pulling up the schedules. The records on my phone, so I can usually give those out and get some insight. Broncos are 3-3. Bengals are 0-5. He's had a couple real tough, close losses. He's a solid user. He just can't find a way to finish games. Broncos has won 2 in a row now. He shut out the Colts 24-0 last week. So he's feeling good. He's really got this team going the way he wants to. Definitely wants to make a push for a wild card or possibly even the division. Who are you going to take in this game?
Yeah, I'd probably go with the Broncos. I ain't gonna lie. Especially if you said he got a 2-game winning streak, too.
Yeah.
And the Bengals can't get nothing going, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good.
Unless it's a rainy game, then I got the Broncos.
That's a good first pick. Lots of speed for the Broncos, too. Everyone on that team is built with speed. So I'm going to stick with the Broncos. Browns and Pats, these two users are always in the playoffs. This year, definitely in danger. Both teams are 2-4. Struggling, cannot pull victories out. Browns actually lost a fair sim last week to the Steelers, I believe. No, he won the fair sim, so he definitely needed that. Both teams 2-4. Both teams struggling on offense to find themselves. Defenses are playing pretty well for both teams. Very evenly matched game, to be honest. I'm not sure who I would pick in this game. I think I'm going to pick the Pats. His offense is a little more balanced. He's a little better defensively. He played CJ tough last week, so I'm going to stick with the Patriots.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go with the Patriots also. I think the teams a little bit more than me. They both on the AFC side.
Yeah. Definitely every time I pick J-Drop to win, he loses. So hopefully that'll change this week. We got the Jaguars at the Vikings. Jaguars just beat the Raiders 54-0 last week. He absolutely demolished him. Great game for him offensively and defensively. Vikings are 0-6. Jags are 4-2. Hurt, the Vikings user, is really getting this team where he wants to, despite the record. A longtime user in the league, back this season. So I think he'll play Jacksonville tough, but the Jags are playing really good.
Yeah.
Probably the best.
I'm going to stick with the Jags also.
That's a really good pick. I'm going to stick with the Jags. Just going to be too much firepower on both sides of the ball, especially after adding Nick Chubb as a starting running back.
And you just said they just previously played last week too, right?
They played the Raiders last week and won 54-0. So.
Oh, okay.
The Vikings last week lost to the Cardinals 38-18. All right, we got the Cowboys at the Redskins. I'm not sure if these two teams have played this season. Let me just go back. If they have, it would have been week 2. So I just want to check. They did not play yet this season. Two division rivals. This division beats the hell out of each other all the time. The Cowboys are 3-2. The Redskins are 2-4. They got a good win over the Ravens last week, though. So maybe he's got his team.
Who, the Redskins?
Yeah, he just beat the Ravens. Skins isn't a bad user. Neither is Dwayne, but Skins is having trouble finding himself, but a really good win last week for him. So maybe he's built some momentum. Dwayne's running the ball really, really well with his two-headed monster. He's got Travis Etienne and Ezekiel Elliott. This is going to be a really evenly matched game and very close. I'm interested to see who you pick in this one.
I think I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's understandable. Definitely a strong run game.
I believe I played the Redskins before.
I think you have. I'm not sure if it's this season, but I think you have played the Skins. I remember something about that. Let's see. I'm just running back through here real
Yeah,
quick.
I'm just going with the Cowboys because I'm not really familiar
Yeah,
with them. But you
you beat
said
the
they got a
Skins.
good running game. Yeah.
You beat the Skins 54-6 back in Week 3. You really
Oh yeah, definitely going with the
dominated them.
Cowboys. Then.
Um, both these usually very close. I think that um, it's tough. I think that Pac-Man's really getting his team right. I'm gonna take him to win this game. Actually, I'm gonna take the
What,
Skins
the
here.
Redskins?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Skins. I think he's getting his team right. Last year he had a really good team. He was like 6-1 or 7-1 as far as
Uh
I know.
huh.
He's really struggled this year and the end of last year. But I'm gonna stick with the Skins. We'll skip over the Ravens and Bills. It's one of the games of the week. We got the Texans at the Packers. Texans are 2-3. Packers 1-4. Texans have a win over the Titans this year, so we know that he can play really well. He's struggled. He's missed a few games. I think he has two forced losses. So, um, I assume this game will get played. Lots of weapons for the Texans, especially on offense. DeAndre Hopkins and Joe Mixon and Deshaun Watson, just to name a few. Pack's got some weapons of his own, trying to figure out his quarterback situation a little bit. I think this one should be pretty cut and dry. The Texans will take this game if it gets played. What about you?
I'm going with the Texans.
All right. All right, we got the Bears at the Lions. Bears have struggled this year. They are 3-3 on the year now. Lost a tough game last week to the 49ers in embarrassing fashion. Couldn't finish down the end at the end of the game. Lions are 4-1 after going 2-14 last year. He did kind of tank it, but he's always been a good user, always in the playoffs. He's 4-1 right now. His only loss is to the Rams, who is undefeated still and just beat the Jets. So Detroit's playing very good. Chicago is not playing all that great. Um, but I can't pick against myself. I have to talk it into existence
All right.
with anything. We have won the last we've won the last 5 matchups against the Lions. The last 2 years we've swept them, and then we won the game before that. But everything could change this time. Game's in Detroit as well. Who are you gonna take?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the Lions.
All right, I understand. That's fair. That's fair. He's playing really good right now.
I mean, at the end of the day, you still got to play. Y'all got to go on the field and play. So
Yeah.
you never know until the end of the game.
Yeah, this is the first time in a while that I haven't. I've been a little worried since playing him, but I'm gonna stick with myself here. We'll see who was right about that prediction. This was an interesting game. The next one, I almost picked it for game of the week because there's not all that many great games this week. Dolphins and Seahawks are both 3-3, both looking to get above 500. Both teams have played very well this season. Dolphins is his first season in the league. CJ just beat the Pats last week. He played me tough 2 weeks ago. He's playing really good brand of football right now, definitely. But Miami runs the ball very well. CJ has some problems stopping the run, so I think this game is going to be really close. I think it's gonna be a great game. Hopefully, it gets streamed anyway, even if it's not the game of the week. But God, I don't even know who to pick in this one.
I'm going with Miami. If you say they run the ball very well, that's
Yeah,
like a key.
Melvin Gordon is really
Yeah,
good.
running. That's a key to winning. Running the ball well.
CJ played me tough. I haven't played Miami. He's beaten some people, some decent wins. He beat the Pats earlier in the year. Lost close to Buffalo last week. I'm actually going to stick with the Seahawks here. CJ at home, he's going to be very good. If it's a rain game, CJ's played a lot of rain games, being with Seattle.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going with the Dolphins now. If you say they run the ball good and it's in the rain, that's going to make it even better.
That's understandable. It's going to be tough for me. I think I'm going to take CJ here. I'm putting my faith in him. I believe he's going to get the W. Next, we got the Steelers at the Giants. Steelers are 2-3. Giants are 5-0. He's one of the only undefeated teams left in the league. He's playing really good football. He missed playoffs last year, but he's come back this year firing. He's got a few close wins, but he's got a few big wins as well. I think this one's going to be pretty easy to pick. Giants and Saquon.
Yeah, I'm going with the Giants.
That's a great pick. Steelers good user, made the playoffs last year, so maybe he can make some noise. It wouldn't absolutely surprise me if he was to win. We got the Cardinals at the Rams. Cards 2-3. He's finally getting his team back how they need to be playing. Got a good win last week over the Vikings. Rams are 6-0 and just beat the Jets. So if there was anyone who's feeling up and feeling good right now, it's probably Jimmy. Um, but Rob's going to play him tough. He always plays him tough. So it's going to be an interesting game. I think the Rams, I don't want to say unbeatable, but are on a mountain right now. Um, I'm going to stick with Los Angeles here. What about you?
Yeah, I'm going with the Rams also.
We have the Titans at the Colts. Colts just got shut out last week by the Broncos. Titans last week, what did he do? I can't remember. Oh, he beat the Packers 38-14. The game was close early. I think it was 14-14 or something like that. But Twan plays very well. Two's trying to get his team right um, for Indy, but he struggles on offense really bad. I think he's only got like 40 points all year. Um,
Dang.
But his defense is solid, but I don't think he's going to have enough firepower to keep up with Twan. I mean, Twan could score 14 or 17 points, and that'd be it. He still might win by 10.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with Tennessee here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tennessee also.
This one is interesting. It is a division rival of yours. You actually didn't get to play him because he took a forced loss for one of his losses a few weeks back. Bunny is back from suspension. He took 2 forced losses the last 2 weeks. He kind of, I don't want to say he got lucky, but his last 2 opponents he played was you and the Chargers. He might have lost both those games anyway. So
Right.
that could have been much worse for him. He's playing the Eagles. Eagles last week, what did he do? I know a few weeks ago he beat the 49ers pretty handily. Last week he played Noob tough. He only lost 28-6. It was 21-6 at one point. Played pretty well offensively, only 3 turnovers. If he can cut down on turnovers, he can really get this team the way he wants to. Bunny's coming back with a vengeance. He said after that loss, the last 2 forced losses. Too much
Yeah,
firepower.
yeah. I'm gonna go with the Eagles on this one.
Really,
Oh, the Bucks gonna be too rusty.
that's interesting. That's an understandable pick. I think there's just a lot of firepower for Tampa Bay. I can't imagine him losing this game with
But
that
you said he
defense.
got the last 2
Yeah,
forced losses, right?
he hasn't played a game as the
Right.
Bucks in
Yeah.
a
So
week.
he,
You know,
yeah, I don't think he gonna be rusty.
be interested to see who wins that game. Um, we'll go with the lesser of the 2 games of the week. First, with Ravens at the Bills. Ravens are 4-2. This is exactly how his year started off last year. He was 4-1 and took a loss against a decent opponent, and then he kind of just fell apart and finished 5-11. So it's gonna be interesting to see if he can bounce back here. He plays Buffalo. Buffalo is a good user, especially on the offensive side. His defense is looking right with Jonathan Allen now. Not Jonathan Allen. What's his name? Suddenly Josh Allen. Excuse me. I lost it.
Okay.
Coming off the edge for him. Buffalo is playing tough right now. I wouldn't pick against him, but Chap's having a great year too, so it's gonna be an interesting game. Who are you gonna take in this one?
I'm gonna go with Buffalo.
That's a good pick. This 2 teams very similar. Baltimore a little bit more of a run team. Buffalo a little bit more of a pass team. I'm gonna stick with Buffalo as well, though. And the coup de grace of the week, we have the Jets and the Chargers. Chargers are undefeated, 6-0 or 5-0. Excuse me. Jets are 5-1. Just lost last week to the Rams. Lost very close, and he had a very mistake-filled game. That's the type of game that Spawn needs to have to lose. I don't think there's any way he loses this game. I can't imagine him losing 2 games in a row. As good,
Yeah, the Chargers just handled me last week.
yeah, as good as the Chargers are, I can't imagine
They can
Spawn
be
losing.
beat though.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I'll let you
I'm
go
going with
first
the
on yours.
Jets just because I lost to the Chargers last week.
Um, I know he wants to
But you
stay
said the
undefeated.
Jets are pretty good though, also. So
Yeah, he's the best user in the league. He's won every Super Bowl so far, so he's definitely pretty good, to say the least. Um, God, I think the Chargers will play him tough, definitely for a half, if not like 3/4. But I'll take the Jets as well here. Um, that team is just too good to lose 2 games
yeah,
in a
they
row.
defending champions, right?
Yeah, defending,
Yeah, so
four
yeah, I'm
time
gonna
or
have to
whatever
go
it
with the
is.
champs. Yeah.
All right, well, that's going to conclude the predictions part. Thanks again for having you here for the predictions video, bro.
All right, no problem, man. Thanks.
Yeah, and make sure everybody you're streaming your games and things like that. We want to get anybody and new people in for these predictions videos as well. So if you watch it and you got a mic and you're interested, just message me and we'll absolutely make it happen. I know I've got a few people lined up talking about they want to do next week or the week after and things like that. But make sure you let me know. Make sure you're streaming the games are supposed to be streamed. And